Good evening, people. Big up. I am back with another 3 delusional tweets from Arsenal fans. That side of our fan base who like to show us up and make everyone else think that we're the delusional ones when it's just them. I'm just back from the gym, so I might look a little bit knackered. Just had my salmon. Big up Marley salmon. Just had a couple of salmon, bit of pasta, some sriracha sauce on that, and a nice big fat double chocolate protein shake. So it's all good in the hood today. So this first tweet we got here from Zico23, aka Z or Zi, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. He is one of a few people who've said this today. I've seen this crop up on a few. I could have used a few different tweets for this, but I've noticed this trending to some degree today. This whole Arteta ran Guardiola out the country. So he's put in his tweet, running the Arteta ran Guardiola out the country for years to come. Well, not for years to come. Why would you be running it for years to come if you've got nothing better to do for a start? But everyone thought Guardiola, well, most people anyway, thought Guardiola was going to be leaving sort of last season. He probably should have left last season, or even maybe when they won the treble, to be honest with you. So Guardiola was sort of on borrowed time with City anyway, if you can describe it like that. Him leaving City, which is probably going to happen this season, at the end of this season, has nothing to do with Arteta. Now, that's not me having a go at Arteta. This isn't an anti-Arteta thing. Look, I'm still buzzing from the win the other day. Big up to Arteta and the boys for the win. But why is this guy running Arteta ran Guardiola out the country prop? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, for a start, we haven't even won the league. Can we at least wait until we win the title, please, before we start with this nonsense? But clearly, Guardiola has had a long stay in English football. Clearly, he's got some stuff going on in his personal life. And it seems very clear that City are lining up someone, i.e. Maresca or possibly Luis Enrique. Please don't get Luis Enrique. Oh, Jesus, if they get him, we could be in trouble. Luis Enrique could be running Arteta out of the country. So I just don't get why they want to try and link anything. Why can't they just say, do you know what, Arteta's doing a great job. He's got us top of the league. Hopefully we win the league and then we'll celebrate then. But no, we have to go that extra step further. Elite manager, world's greatest squad. Arteta ran Guardiola out the country as if he's like chasing him down the street, and Guardiola's running down the road, over the hill, over the horizon, off into the sunset, never to be seen again. It's very bizarre. Very bizarre that they come out with this stuff. I don't know. People, is it just what's that phrase? An idle mind is the devil's workshop. Is it just idle minds? Has Zico just got an idle mind? I don't know. He's hiding behind his phone there, so we can't see what he's looking like. But what's he got on his followers? He's got 2,000 followers and the customary flag there. So yeah, it's not true, is it? We all know it's not true. Why do they need to this is just another example of our fans doing things that make the rest of us look bad, that give fuel to pundits, to media, social media, people on social media to take the piss out of us. And then people like him will turn around and go, well, why do they hate us so much? Why do they say these things about us? Why do they call us delusional? Have a look at your own tweets, mate. On to number 2. This is a guy we've had before. Adam Keys. Adam, what have you said today? Adam has quite a few followers. He's on 37.1. This doesn't shock me. I usually get shocked when I click on them because I never check them before I do this show. And I've done this before. I've done Adam's profile before, so it's not a shock. But he's got 40k followers, and followed by Fat Halley. I would tell you what, actually, this guy, Fat Halley, Fatherly, however you pronounce it. He probably doesn't want me to pronounce it Fat Halley, Fatherly. He's a good guy to follow. He does really good tactical breakdowns, but this isn't about him. This is about this thing. So, it's another thing I've seen a lot of today. This is just born out of the Leverkusen performance, which, to reiterate, I was very pleased with, was very good. And to reiterate, big up Mikel Arteta and the boys for that performance. Let's keep it going, though. But he's put Adam. Mikel Arteta doesn't get anywhere near the credit he deserves. 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League, Champions League quarter-final, FA Cup quarter-final. That's not really an achievement. And we're prepping for a Carabao Cup final. He has transformed Arsenal from top to bottom. Trophies away. Now, the reason I picked this out is that we've been hearing this for years. Trophies away. And you can just sort of change around the various things, like Champions League semi-final, for example. We've been top of the Premier League a lot. And that's cool. he has taken us from not competing to competing. I would never contend that. That is absolutely fully true, and good job for doing that. Big up to him. But you do need to take that next step, and that is why I brought this up. Trophies await. They've been awaiting for years. How many more times do we have to say this? Hopefully not for too long. Hopefully not for even more than a week. But trophies await. It's just, we hear this again and again and again. And how much longer? If some anti-miracle happens, miracle as in for the other teams, not for us, an anti-miracle happens and we blow everything this season and come away with nothing, which I cannot believe is going to happen. Even Arteta can't bottle all of the trophies together. Even if that happens, these people will still just recharge and go again and just give us the whole trophies away. We go again next season. It's just endless. I don't know what the problem is with being a bit more critically analytical about things. And to say he doesn't get anywhere near the credit he deserves, put it this way, he's got us on our longest trophy drought since 2014. Yes, we're in a good position right now. But again, it's a case of just, can you guys wait? You don't even have to wait that long. Just wait until Sunday evening, for example. If we win the Carabao Cup, you can at least give that as an example. Why do we have to be so preemptive? Because, and I say this because we've been down this road before, and we've failed before after saying all this stuff, and that's why we get so much grief, and that's why one of the big reasons we've got such a terrible reputation now as a fan base, because of people jumping the gun like this, making all these proclamations, it all falling apart, and everybody looking fucking stupid. And then when people like me and in our community point it out, we just get called glory hunters. We get called all and sundry, basically. Some of the stupid shit I've been called is ridiculous. I won't say on here, but glory hunter is one I get quite a lot, which is very weird because, obviously we want. So you don't want the team to. So where does it end on the spectrum? Because obviously when the team comes out onto the pitch, you want them to win. So it's okay to want them to win football matches, but when you want them to win trophies, that's somehow glory hunting. So it's not glory hunting to want them to win matches. But it is glory hunting to want them to win trophies. But in order to win trophies, you've got to win matches. Make it make sense, people. On to numero uno of the day. This guy, I found this very late. It wasn't going to be this one. But I found it, and Jesus, here we go. It's along the same lines as Adam, but it just takes it that extra mile. Football era. This is another guy with a lot of 17. Yeah, it's actually, I thought he had more than that. Still 17. It's enough. It's enough. He has simply put, this is the numero uno mutant of the day, Mikel Arteta. He tricked the rest of the league. He built a meta that only him can truly decipher. Unless you're Michael Carrick, for example, or Arne Slot. Anyway, the rest of the league tried to copy him and failed woefully, except for Michael Carrick and Arne Slot. And who was the other teams we lost to? I can't remember off the top of my head now. My memory is so bad. But, we have been beaten. We're not on for an invincible, put it that way. So to say the rest of the league tried to copy him and failed, it's not true, is it? I get the general point. We're top of the league and teams have struggled with us. But, let's be accurate with our language here, yeah? And he concludes, they only copied the peripheral. I'm trying to sound clever here. They didn't download the entire pact. I think that's supposed to mean pack. The Premier League is well and truly in the Mikel Arteta era, and that is the line that got this guy into number one spot. Like Mikel Arteta in Arsenal, he is number one. The best of a bad bunch, for sure. The Premier League is well and truly in the Mikel Arteta era. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean for the Premier League? What the Premier League is in at the moment is a slump. It's in a slump. Where, Chelsea playing scintillating football? Are Spurs playing scintillating football? Man United, they're a bit better now, but have they been this season? Liverpool, City, nobody's playing that well. The bar has been lowered. That doesn't mean that this is a brand new era of beautiful, amazing, effective football. Even if we take away the sort of beauty, effective, the beauty sort of side of it, it's not Wenger ball, peak Wenger ball or anything like that. But obviously, if you want to argue it's more pragmatic and effective, pragmatic, cool. The Premier League is well and truly. To say the Premier League is well and truly in that era, how the fuck do you know? We've had this one season where everyone's got worse. We had it a little bit last season, but this is even worse this season. So if we're saying that this is the Mikel Arteta era, we're kind of saying that this is an era of very low standards, which kind of makes sense because when we say keep the standards high, people like him mock us and again call us glory hunters. And trophies apparently don't matter until he wins them, and when he does win them, they will be used as a reason to keep him. So this is why it's all roundabout. It's kind of a big circle of these people. They live in like an irony-free zone. They don't lack the awareness of what they're saying half the time. And, like I said with the previous tweet, and I'll end on this because Real Betis, my Spanish team, are playing in 10 minutes. And we're 1-0 down to Panathinaikos. Hopefully we get through. I'm kind of sceptical because we've been playing shit recently. But, maybe we're at home, so we can pull it off with the Sevillan crowd behind us. Anyway, I was going to say, like I said with Adam, at least wait until he wins something. Why do we always do this? Why do we always preemptive strike? It's a preemptive strike, but not in a good way. It's a preemptive strike in our own backyard, potentially. Let the man win something. These people want to talk about, you don't want to put pressure on the team. What do you think this is? What do you think this could be construed as if you're a player reading this? It can still cause pressure as well. I mean, I'm not here to kind of I don't care about putting pressure. These players, manager, pay 300k a week. Part of that is to deal with pressure. Just wait a little longer, just a couple of months. Do people not have anything in their lives? They have to they have to sort of pull rank. They have to try and one up before they've even got any ammunition. They've not got any evidence. And I'm sorry, but second isn't evidence of us being in the Mikel Arteta era. Like the Premier League being in the Mikel Arteta era. He has to win it. Yes, we are close. But can't you just wait? Just wait till he wins it. It's potentially not that far away. And then go, fill your boots. Fill your boots. But until then, just stop. Because I am, to some degree, a superstitious person. Enough of this can create, fate loves irony, and enough of this can create an ironic jinx. And football is well like that as well. The amount of ironic jinxes that happen, the amount of things like players scoring against their old clubs, or players that are being sort of harshly criticised in the week go on and score at the weekend. It's quite predictable sometimes in this sense. Let's not create a jinx, because jinxes in football are effective. It's almost like they're amplified and they work more and they work more often. Let's just wait. Patience is a virtue. Just wait a few more weeks and then crow as loud as you want. Crow as loud as the biggest, fattest black crow you can find, and grab by its head and throw it out. I don't know what that was all about. Throwing crows. I like throwing crows out of the window. Yeah, that's the Yorkshire boy in me. But do you know what I mean? If you want to sing, if you want to shout, just wait until you truly have something to sing and shout about. I'm going to go watch Betis. We are going to go through, I hope. Maybe I'm jinxing that by saying that. I'm a dickhead, aren't I? I've just probably jinxed Betis now. I need to sort of reverse jinx them. So I will just say that, by the way, we are absolutely terrible at the moment. Anthony is having an awful season after a great season last year, and we still don't have Isco, our little Messi. So it looks peak, and we're playing Greeks. A Greek team in Panathinaikos who are just fucking difficult to beat. So it's uphill. It's going to be an uphill struggle. But the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Mikel Arteta, we are not yet in his era. I will take everything back, pretty much everything back that I've said about him. If he can get like a treble, obviously, that's my standard. Get me a treble, I take everything back. But until then, or even a double, do you know what? If he got a Premier League and UCL double, cool. We can have a conversation, yeah? But my point is, until then, just chill and wait and see. I think just before I go as well, I think what these people like to do, obviously, as well, is they like to try and get in there first. They want to be, if and when we do win the league, they want to be the ones that will quote tweet themselves and say, look, I said this back on March the 19th. I said this back in February, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of why they do this. It's sort of ego-driven. And again, it just comes from the fact that these people, they don't really have much else in their lives. But look, this guy, if you check his profile out, he's a football writer. He's trying to do this professionally. It says he's a licensed pro scout. Yeah, I've seen his tweets. I mean, I'm skeptical about that, but fair enough. I'm not a licensed pro scout, so who am I to talk, right? I'm just a Yorkshire boy in London with a microphone in his flat, chatting about football. But thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. We will find 3 tweets tomorrow, and we'll poke a little bit of fun at them, and hopefully the Arteta fans, to be honest with you, will just calm down a little bit before this final, because we don't need to be jinxing this final, because we want to fucking win this final. I will, on that note as well, be doing a preview probably Saturday. I want to do a nice long preview. I've not really got much time tonight and tomorrow, so it makes sense. I'll probably put a preview out for the Carabao Cup on Saturday evening. I need to see the press conferences as well. Hopefully they could give some indication about team news so we can get a better idea for predictions and stuff like that, but also they could be a bit cagey, so whether we'll find anything out tomorrow, I don't know, but I presume that Timber's going to be out. I presume that Odegaard won't start, because there's been some rumblings about him being back, and I'm thinking surely Mikel won't bring him back. Surely he has to, if he's ready to play, he has to sit on the bench, yeah? Please, no Odegaard for the final. Can you imagine? Fucking hell. On that happy note, I'm going to go watch Betis. Cheers, guys. Like and subscribe. Appreciate everyone who comments. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. I will reply. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.